Hello. Okay, we're ready to go. We are ready to go. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Hello everyone. Apparently, Amulet won the SCG Classic last weekend, and by that I mean yesterday. So of course we're gonna be trying it out, because that's what we do here. We try out all things Amulet. This one was particularly painful because I actually had to go ahead and purchase a Carnage Tyrant, which is like 10 tickets, which is way too much for this card. So I just overpaid for this quite a bit. My initial thoughts on the list are a little bit, not very, not very positive. I understand why you would want to play a second Tormod script in paper. By in paper I mean like in actual paper. Like in paper tournaments you're gonna see more of Storm, KCI, and decks like that where you want the crypts. But those are not so prevalent in the online meta. So even just like devoting two full sideboard slots for cards that are not, we probably won't bring in as much. It's a little bit sketchy on Magic Online, but hopefully we get paired against KCI a bunch, and they will be great. Another thing is no Baloth. No Baloth surprised me quite a bit. I understand that Baloth is not as great right now, but like for example, if we get paired against something like Jund or Mardu, we're probably gonna miss the Baloth, mostly because we have no middle of the road threats anymore. We just have a single tracker to kind of bridge the gap, right? Between usually Baloth sits somewhere in here, and it bridges the gap and it buys us some time as we try to get to our 6 mana and like I guess 9 mana spells. But now what we have instead is a Carnage Tyrant, which makes a lot of sense in a control meta game. This is a card that I've been meaning to test for a while, so that's why I'm not so upset that I actually went ahead and bought it. But still, it was a little bit. I definitely feel like I paid way too much for it. But yeah, it's rough because we against like mid-range decks we're adding even more 6 and 7 mana cards. So now our deck is going to be like all the way over here. We're gonna have like 6 cards, and then we're not gonna do anything in the first turns. So I have no idea how that's gonna work out. I wonder if that's gonna affect the way we sideboard, as in. I wonder if when we get paired against Jund or something like that, if we like take out the Zacama, or like we just don't bring in the Hornet Queen. It just seems so weird though. Like those are the cards that we want, but if we're gonna be taking out amulets, I don't know. It's just weird. Also, no second Sage / Nature's Flame / Seal of Primordium, any of that stuff. So we literally have one answer, like one real answer. I guess we can blow up a Blood Moon with explosives, but we had one real answer to Blood Moon in the 75. Which seems a little bit sketchy. But we'll try it out. Same thing with artifacts. We have like only... I guess Damping Sphere, it's a little bit easier to like blow up with explosive. We can blow it up with a braid. So in terms of blowing up Damping Sphere, it should be much easier, and we have more flexible answers. But in terms of Blood Moon, it's like draw Sage or die basically. But yep, we'll see how it goes. To be fair though, I think Carnage Tyrant might be the best answer to control that we have right now. Number one, it tramples, so it cannot just be chomped like Gaia's Revenge. Gaia's Revenge is this we have right here. So Gaia's Revenge costs 7. It's an 8/5 instead of a 7/6. It also cannot be countered, and it has haste. Now, the clause on Gaia's Revenge means that it can be the target of non-green spells or abilities, which you would say, oh, it's just the same as Carnage Tyrant, it has hexproof. No. Gaia's Revenge cannot be targeted by our own lands. What that means is if your blue-white control opponent plays a Lyra, Gaia's Revenge is not gonna be doing much. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan of Gaia's Revenge in this specific deck, in Amulet in particular. I think it's fine in like red-green, like Scapeshift style kind of decks. But in Amulet in particular, I think Gaia's Revenge falls a little bit short. But yeah, so the Tyrant is very nice because you can actually target it with your own stuff. And also it tramples through like Snapcasters, Colonnades, whatever you want. So your opponent cannot really, you know, put a Colonnade and a Snapcaster in front of it and just hope to trade, because you can just like give it double strike and they die, right? Whereas with Revenge, they just do. They just put a Colonnade and a Snapcaster, and you know, we're of course are not gonna have removal against control, and you know, it will just die. So those are the initial thoughts. We'll see how things go, but yeah, I will probably struggle a little bit more when it comes to sideboarding, because otherwise, you know, our curve will be extremely top heavy, and it's never good. It's never good in a competitive format like Modern. Amulet sack, and let's go. Also, I would like to thank all the people from the Discord that actually, I have no idea who they are because Streamlabs is not showing me, but they gave me a bunch of subscriptions, and that's awesome. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for the support, and here we go. Here we go. We're gonna be drinking some mate today, so if you hear a lot of like slurping sounds, sorry about that. Alright, here we go. Gritorp. Wow, this is actually Jake Haversat. This is Jake Haversat, which is actually an amazing Amulet player. There's Suchi, how's it going? We're not. Yeah, he's actually a really good Amulet player. We talked a lot. Oh yeah, nice. We drew our 9-drop. This is awesome. Hopefully he's playing. Okay, that. Oh, this is Shadow. Oh, we're so dead. I'm like, hopefully he's not playing Mardu, and it's like, oh, cool, it's a Grixis control deck, and then I'm like, oh no, that's Shadow. Yeah, we're dead. There's Suchi. Yeah, we're doing fine here. We're trying out the list that won the Classic, so. Yeah. Los mateicos están a full hoy, eh? Oh, that was a mistake. I should have bogged him. I should have bogged him 100%. We can't even pack for Azusa. Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, I made a mistake. I should have bogged him. I was not thinking. Now they can angler me. That was 100% a mistake. I was thinking, oh, you know, I want to like hide information that I have this bug, and then I'm like, oh, right, they just Inquisition me, so they know about it. All right. Good old Zacama. I mean, isn't that exactly what interaction is about? Just destroying your opponent's hand. Like, that's what we do. That's what they do. That's interaction right there. Yeah. Not playing the bog is gonna cost us. Yep. Damn it. Whew. That was a mistake. That was a really bad mistake. We don't have double green, so we cannot pact for Azusa, because we would die on upkeep. Yeah. Yay, Zacama. To be fair, I mean, this would be a Hornet Queen with my current list, so it wouldn't be that much better. So, yeah. So I guess next turn we transmute. Next turn we transmute for explosives on one and play it, I guess. Man, so many cantripping over there. Yeah, we're so dead. At this point, Bog doesn't really matter, so I will play out the explosives. But I can't crack it. So next turn I take 9. If my opponent has nothing, because like that's all I need to assume, I guess I can do this. I think I play the Vesula copying the Gruul Turf. And I guess I can... If they have absolutely nothing, I can potentially draw like a Kalni Garden to chump the Angler. Or an untapped land to cast a Primetime. Oh, we're dead. There's no way that this Faithless Looting doesn't draw them any way to deal themselves to damage. Discarding Death Shadow. Damn, it's hardcore. Yep. We died. Pact to Negation out. Tracker in. Queen in. Explosives in. Man, this matchup is so miserable. Ghost Quarter comes out. What to do about you, Giant Dino? I just honestly don't think this does enough. I legit don't think that Zacama does enough against Shadow. They can outgrow it, and like none of the 3 abilities do anything that we really care about against them. If the 3 damage were to creature or player, I would consider it, but I just don't think it's good enough. I mean, I guess we're doing that. Tyrant has the same problems, right? It just gets... It's just 7/6 is just not big enough. I guess it can block an Angler. But so does Primetime. So... Yep, alright. See if we get something better this time around. I'm snap keeping this. So if we draw a prime time and my opponent doesn't like Inquisition me or whatever, this is a turn 2 kill. I mean, it's not a kill because I have the Vesuva in hand, so it's like a turn 2 prime time that attacks for 10 and searches out more Titans. Oh man, so much synergy. Look at that synergy. They look at their top card and then they shuffle it away. So much synergy. Inquisition. Ah, damn it. Nah, Rurik's not good enough. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's just not. People in general. My opponent is like, yeah, I too would have kept this hand. I'm like, fuck yeah, what are you talking about? Of course I'm keeping this hand. No questions. No questions whatsoever. Oh yeah. Look at that. Just look at that. Just throwing more dudes. Yeah. This is great. This is great. So I think K-Command beats me anyway, so I'll just play my hand out. Protect myself from another discard spell. So now we're gonna draw. What can we draw that would be like awful right now? Even though we started out Zacama, we're gonna draw Zacama here. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. I don't think I'm gonna play this because I want to protect myself from call against command. And if they make me discard this Vesuva, I just die. So I'm not going to play out the colony. That very strongly represents K-Command to me. Of course, not blocking here. There's no way they have lethal. They will need 2 Street Wraiths and a Battle Rage in order to have lethal. So, there's no way this is lethal. And again, not playing out the colony because of call against command. What you got, Jake? What you got? It's funny because whenever I play Shadow, this never happens. Like whenever I play Shadow, it's just like I play some stuff and then I just lose with my hand, like with a bunch of cantrips and like discard spells and stuff like that, and I never see a threat. And whenever I play against Shadow, they turn to like shadow me and stuff like that. It's just so unfair. I'm just never lucky. I'm just never lucky. Well, Primetime wins the game, so there's that. Also, my opponent tapped out of blue mana, so Tolaria West wins the game. Summoner's Pact wins the game. Hornet Queen styles the game. So those are all the things that we could draw here. Now they know the top card. So Kalni is the only card they do not know about. Thoughtseize. Hey, got him. All right, now that they didn't know about it, I'll just play LD Colony. Gas, something. Give me something. 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 LOL. Well, there's no way we attack here, right? There's no way we attack here. If we just attack with these two, we're at 12. We attack with these two, they go down to 1. Making them gain 3 life, it's still lethal with a Battle Rage. Yeah, so there's no way they don't play another threat now. So that's what I'm saying. Attacking for 1 doesn't make much sense because my opponent's gonna play an Angler. Next turn, they're gonna swing with their Shadow, and even if they don't have TBR, but I guess attacking with Azusa opens up the door for this. So I'm just gonna swing for 1. Also, having the Scout untapped leaves me the options of A, giving my opponent a life. Oh, they just have the TBR. Yeah, so we're dead. They just had the TBR. Alright. Alright, we lost to Grixis Shadow, which is understandable. Understandable if not expected, honestly. Our Shadow matchup is not amazing. To be fair though, we had a lot of outs that game. We literally had 11 cards that outright won us the game if we had top decked them. And then we had Hornet Queen, which kind of, I guess it delays the unavoidable. Whoops. And then what else? Hornet Queen delays things a little bit. Tracker would have been insane there. It would have drawn so many cards. The only thing that I could have done differently would have been to, instead of taking the second Amulet off of that steerings, I could have taken the Engineered Explosives. And to be fair, that was maybe the correct play. I just wanted to go for the high EV play. Oh, actually, Ballista also would have won us the game there. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would have been 14 outs. Yeah. We would have had 14 chances. This is a snap keep in my book. Another Shadow deck. Come on. Oh, this is different. Burn? Yep, that's burn. Ding ding ding. Alright, I'm expecting an Eidolon here. 100% expecting an Eidolon. So I'm hoping that this Scout just draws this Rippled. Nope, opponent going face. Say what? No idol? I will take it. So I'll lead on Amulet, play Colony, and stir things up just a little bit. There's no need for me to play Radiant Fountain into a potential Skullcrack, so I'm gonna. My opponent will. I mean, they kind of have to. They kind of have to use their mana somehow. So as soon as they tap, even as soon as they fetch, I can just flash in the Fountain and play around Skullcrack effectively. And here I'm taking Gemstone Mine because Gemstone Mine actually would allow me to transmute on my next turn if I want to. So we just pass the turn. We already have access to 6 mana for prime time. So we just need to draw threats. We just need to draw threats. That's the name of the game. Tolaria West, of course, counts as a threat. No kill in the scout. It's pretty good for me. Okay. So first things is try to see if we find the Tolaria West. Because if we find the Tolaria West, things are very straightforward. If we do not find the Tolaria West, we can play a Walking Ballista for 4. For 2, I mean. So pay 4 mana for Walking Ballista. So this is like a pseudo threat. It can kill. It's not what we're looking for. Definitely not what we're looking for. So do I make a 3/3 ballista here? No. Nah, it's better for me to develop my mana. Alright. I got a 2/2. What do you got, opponent? You got a 2/2? Too bad that on this again in this matchup, attacking with plant is just it's not the correct play, unfortunately. My burn opponent kept a very, very sketchy hand over there. And prime time. Or that. Sure. So, I'm trying to think what happens if I draw Zacama. Because what I would like to do here is to play the Growth Chamber. Man, excuse me. Sorry about that. What I would like to do here is to play the Semi-Growth Chamber and have the Fountain in hand, so we have instant speed 2 life. So that's what I'd like to do. So let's start here and see what happens. If we draw Zacama, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We would be 1 mana short of casting her. But I think that I need to like try to gain some life here. Zacama, we drew it in our previous match and we couldn't cast it, so it was just as expected. Exactly as we expected Zacama would be. The good thing now is that, yeah. So now my opponent deals me 4. I flash in the Fountain. And now this Ballista is actually outside of bolt range. So yeah, so Zacama has been mediocre. It's just how it is. Rift Bolt suspended. Lava Spike. Okay. Oh, we're gonna draw Zacama here. No, okay, cool. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6. My opponent goes down to... I swing for 6, they go down to 13. Next turn I have lethal. Okay, what happens if I activate Stronghold instead? That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, so then I have unused mana. I think I'd rather have the Gemstone Mine counter than the... I think I'd rather have the Gemstone Mine counter than the 1 point of damage. So I'm gonna do it like this. Boom, 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 boom. If my opponent has a creature, that means that that's not a burn spell, so that's of course great for me. But if my opponent has 2 1-mana burn spells, I am dead. That's kind of how it goes. But there's nothing I can really do about that. I just never drew a threat. Besides this. If they do not have 2 1-mana burn spells though, I think I just win. Unless they have... that means... okay. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we get there. I think we get there. We can gain 2 life in response too. So I guess they get there if they have exactly Lightning Helix. Here I just flash this in. Because even if they have Skullcrack, I have lethal, so it's fine. Yep. And I know for a fact they don't have 2 1-mana burn spells, because otherwise I would already be dead. So that was a weird game. That was a very, very weird game. Somehow we won exclusively because of a Walking Ballista that my opponent chose not to kill. That's hilarious. Yep, so that happened. So that just happened. Sweet. I want Sage. Bog out. 1 explosive is fine. Man, no Bailoff. It's rough in this matchup. No Bailoff is very rough. I kinda wanna board out my Ballista, because it's usually really bad against burn, even though it just won the game. Yeah, I think that's the first time that's ever happened to me playing against burn, where I just, like, Ballista just got a little bit too huge, my opponent chose not to kill it, and then it killed them. So that's hilarious. But yeah. So that's how things go sometimes. So we have drawn a grand total of 0 Primeval Titans in 2 matches. It's pretty interesting stat right there. Pretty interesting stat. Alright, sorry, some work messages, but it should be fine. Alright. Yeah, Ballista is usually very bad. The only real thing about Ballista is the fact that it can kill Eidolon without dealing us any damage. But 4 mana to kill an Eidolon is quite a bit. Okay, let's do this again, shall we? Oh my, oh my. So I'm gonna keep this hand, and then I'm going to die to Searing Blaze plus Molten Rain. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? Of course, we're gonna be naming Shaman. I think would be the correct thing to name. Shaman is the. Since we don't have Tracker in the deck, if we had Tracker, then we would name Scout. Whoops, that's not a. What? What just happened? There you go. Thanks, Moto. The reason I named Shaman is the creature type that Scout shares with. No, they learned their lesson. They're like, oh, we can't let them ramp. They will kill us if we do. Shaman is the creature type that's shared with what's his name? Maybe that was a mistake actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a mistake. I didn't want to go to this card, but what happens now is, even though I don't go to this card, I now cannot play Azusa on turn 3. Which is kind of shitty. That's a good draw though. Gonna block there. Hopefully we find a fountain or an amulet of this guy. Ding ding ding! Let's play some of this. We do some of that. Let's then do some of that. And now we actually can prime time next turn. Unless my opponent answers my Azusa. Tolaria, sure. I'm going to Tolaria because this will let me transmute for Blue Pact. At this point, my opponent probably doesn't have enough burn. So the only way they can win is with what's his name? Deflecting Palm. Deflecting Palm. It worked out. The question now is, my opponent did not do, they did not tap out. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna play around my opponent's removal. So first of all, we're gonna lead on Kalni, then we're gonna play Azusa, then we're gonna play a land that does not use the stack, and then we're gonna play a Simic Growth Chamber. This sets us up for. Ooh, hopefully they kill my Azusa now. Yeah, Searing Blaze. Yep. Okay. So this makes it so next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn, even through a Molten Rain, I can play Prime Time. And yep, that should be pretty good. Oh yeah, please don't leave up. Please don't leave up Skullcrack mana. This is great. Draw me some cards. Summoner's Pact. Okay. So we cannot Zacama this next turn. That's fine though. Lava Spike. So I'm going to. This is unfortunate. I bounced the Kalni last turn. Shouldn't have bounces to Blood Colony. Alright, no. Wait a second. I can Azusa. Yeah, okay. So what I was saying is I cannot. I was thinking that I couldn't, prime time and get the lands that I wanted. Atom Confirmer, thanks for following. Appreciate it. So what I was thinking is, I get a prime time, I haste it, and then I go get Radiant Fountain plus Vesuva to copy Colony. That way I gain life, and I also get this. But that doesn't work quite as I wanted to. Double Strike is lethal. Yeah. So yeah, I was thinking that we can also just Azusa, right? We can Azusa and Zacama too. Yeah, I think we have lethal here. We can gain a lot of life, or we can simply just kill them. Yeah, but I wanted to do both. This is lethal though. So we're going to pay 6, cast Prime Time, fetch Slayer's Stronghold plus any bounce land. Then we're going to play the Garrison, activate Stronghold. We're going to have a bounce land untapped, and we get to swing exactly for 16. This is the easiest way to do it. Just kill them right here. There is a fountain, but I was thinking if there was like any way to like play the fountain twice, okay? And then I realized that there was no line to play the fountain twice and also get a copy. So that's what I was trying to figure out. If there was any line that could have found me, fountain plus a token plus replay fountain. So Slayer Stronghold and the good old turf. Untap, bounce this, play this, haste, bounce, go to combat. Opponent stepped out, they got nothing going on. Celestia Sanctuary, double strike land. Double strike. $16, yeah. How do I feel about Zacama? I don't like it. As you can see, we won the game with Zacama in hand. Last match we lost the game with Zacama in hand. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is my 5th league playing with Zacama. I have not found a single situation where Zacama and nothing else. Thank you, Aaron K. Went. Aaron W. Kent, sorry. In 3 leagues, I guess 2 leagues and 40% of another league, I have not found a single situation where Zacama and nothing else would have won me the game. So we lost to Jake Haversat, who just absolute traitor. He was playing Grixis Shadow. He should be playing Amulet. the other day. I didn't know that the list runs Zacama. It was a rude awakening. It's, I mean, honestly, lists don't really run. Yeah, dude. Jake is great. Jake is great. At one point, he was streaming quite a bit, but then he just stopped doing it. He's also from the. He's from the. I don't know. He's from Boston or like somewhere around there, but yeah, I was like checking out his stream once, and then all of a sudden, like, one of my favorite bands from around the Boston area came into his playlist. And I'm like, holy shit, you know those guys? It's called they're called Bad Rabbits. Band was amazing. Now it's not so great. Like their latest album is kind of shitty, but wow, I just made a massive misplay right there. Never mind, I'm great. I should have played the Vesuva copy in the canopy, so I can guarantee an Explorer on turn 2. That was the correct play. That's the play that I should have made. Fortunately, I'm a pro, and I drew Amulet, which was the absolute best draw right there. So we're fine. Whew. Gonna play this and pass the turn. So if my opponent medley mages, we can drop an explosives on 2. If they do not medley mage, we can do whatever we want. This Sally is just not gonna do enough. But I'm going to, probably in this next turn, I'm going to play Azusa, and I'm going to preemptively play an explosives on 2 and have mana to blow it up, so my opponent cannot do the so they cannot do the whole melee meteor thing. So I'm going to play turf anyway, so it's better for me to steerings first, because if I find the second amulet, this is just lethal. Huh, no such luck. No such luck, but we found some interesting ones right here. I think I'm taking the Kalni. Oh, actually, because of the Thalia, Amulet would not have been lethal. I just realized that. We're fine though. Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, that's right. I totally messed up. Yeah, I should have just played Azusa and just cast Primetime. That was dumb. So I just missed the obvious play. Yeah, this happens to me sometimes. I realize that this happens to me sometimes. I just like get so like, you know, focused on, okay, this is the line and this is how we're gonna get there. And then I totally forgot that we actually drew an Amulet. So Amulet means that we have 3 lands in play, so we could have played Azusa and we could have Primetime this turn. And in my mind I was still trying to like, okay, so if I find this and this, then we can do this, but I would need this first. And it was just like, no. Alright, so I'm just going to play Gruul Turf. Now that I made a mistake already, I'm going to play Gruul Turf. That's going to be 3 mana, that's going to be 1 land drop, that's Azusa coming down. And then I'm going to play Kalni Garden and Vesuva copying Gruul Turf, which will allow me 2 explosives. I don't think I need the Tolaria West here. I just want to drop an explosives on 2 and have like the most amount of blockers so I don't die. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so do as I say, not as I do, basically. Do as I say, not as I do. So I'm playing Kalni here. And it's kind of shitty that I'm, you know, forced to play Bounce Land here. I would much rather try to play another land, but then if I do that, then we cannot play the explosives on 2 this turn, and I want to get blown out. Maybe, you know, my opponent goes... I don't want my opponent going like turn... like next turn, like play land and meddling mage into Kitesail Freebooter, you know, and then they just steal my explosives and they play a meddling mage on prime time, and then I just you know, softly cry. Yeah, my opponent's draw was not great though. So yeah, so Atom Confirmer, you are 100% correct. That was the correct play, and I just messed it up. How does E interact with Thalia? The way that we want. So as you can see, I just paid 2, but Sunburst, even though I played explosives on 1 technically, but Sunburst made it so I am actually, that was explosives on 2. So here we're just gonna chump there, because we can. And now we just win the game. Pretty straightforward, huh? We don't have... it's kind of shitty that we don't have the... Yep, there we go. We are not going to be able to kill them this turn. We're not gonna be able to kill them. I'm trying to think if what can be our next play. So we still have the full 3 land drops, which is great, of course. What leaves us in the best position? Because I am trying to play around my opponent having Reflector Mage. So if my opponent has Reflector Mage, they mage my prime time. Explosives doesn't do much. Shadna, wow. Where do you leave? No, they cannot have path because Thalia makes it so they can cast it, and also they are playing humans, so they don't have any non-creature spells in their deck besides Aether Vial. So I really doubt that I'm dead this turn. The question is, am I dead next turn? So if I attack, I can go get Simic plus Tolaria, and I can transmute and play a Ballista on 3. That sounds pretty good. And then Ballista just like wins from there. I guess Azusa can serve too, because she's not blocking. Moscow, Russia. Oh, yeah. So I imagine that the climate over there is something that you're used to, right? Wow. You know what? I don't confirm it. You're on fire today, and I'm just missing lines left and right. You're totally correct. So I had 3 land drops. So I could have... I bounced Vesuva, so I could play Vesuva, copy this, bounce, float green-white. I can bounce the Vesuva itself, replay the Vesuva, copy... No, so that would be... I could just play Vesuva, alright? Float red-white, bounce Gruul Turf. I play Gruul Turf, leave it untapped, bounce the Vesuva. I still have red-white floating. I replay the Vesuva as my 3rd land, cast, play Stronghold and Haste again. So that would be 10. And then I have the Gruul Turf untapped, so on the attack trigger I get Sunhome plus Celestia Sanctuary, and I double strike the prime time. Yep, that's correct. Climate is something of an acquired taste, to be honest. Fair enough. Fair enough. I lived in Boston for 4 years, and I did not acquire that taste. That's for sure. That taste was not acquired. Alright, now that I punted this game, I think the best thing I can do is to do this. And I think I want to play Kalni, so I will bounce this one, I guess. So I swing for 9, I transmute for Ballista. For 1, 2, 3, right? That seems like the better. So I can play Ballista on 2, but I can also play Kalni and gain 2 life, which seems better than 1 extra counter on the Ballista. So Ballista on 2. I guess alternatively, maybe next turn I'm able to cast Zacama, so I could have gotten another Pact, I guess. Yeah, that's not gonna do it, brother. Definitely not gonna do it. Vesuva is... it's whatever we want for it to be, basically. Yeah, my opponent's draw just did not come together. My opponent's draw just didn't come together. This is just very lethal, right? And I can also find the Zacama post board, post combat. So I'm going to haste here, swing for 8, transmute. Yeah, but it's the same. With the line that I described earlier, I would have had the Gruul Turf untapped, and I can go get Celestial Sanctuary, which gives me double strike land mana. So it would have just been the same. So I swing with Prime Time. I think I want to do this though. But having Vesuva in hand is very useful, because it's what gives me the most possibilities. So I'll just make the Prime Time, okay, and I will attack and I will force the multiple chump. I will use 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, or 3, 4, whatever, and double strike, and I will bounce the Vesuva again, and I will fetch for the double strike land and Tolaria West. Then post combat I am going to use 3 mana to transmute, 1 to pay for pack, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, so I'm gonna be 1 mana short of Zacama. That's unfortunate. I guess I'll just get another Prime Time. Yeah, I mean, I could have fetched, instead of the Ballista, I could have fetched for another Summoner's Pact last turn, and we could be able to Zacama and like haste here. But honestly, I'm just not used to having Zacama in the deck, so I totally forgot. Atom Confirmer, thank you very, very much for the subscription. Alright. Hell yeah. Whoops. Nope. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Hope you enjoy your primetime emote and you spam it aggressively. I like doing that when people play against, when I'm in somebody else's stream and like they are playing against Amulet, and I just I just give them some, you know, just sharing some primetime love right there. Thank you very much for the subscription, and thanks everybody for watching. Thank you very much for the support. My name is Francisco, and we stream here mostly Modern and Legacy, and even more mostly, we stream Amulet and all of its variants, and we try new things. We have tried most other things. We have tried Trinket Mage, we have tried White Splash. We're not shy here. When it comes to Amulet, we are not shy. So if you enjoy the content, you can of course follow for free, which you can do by just clicking that follow button up there, all the way up. And if you really enjoy the content, you can also subscribe, just like Atom Confirmer did, and you can get a beautiful primetime emote. So this should be enough to force my opponent into some action. And then we can keep the Titan change going. Or we could just go for the memes and just go and get a Zacama, which I think is what I'm gonna do. Because the memes are just too strong otherwise. These primetime should do a lot of work though. In fact, let's say they double block. Oh no, these, so they can like throw everything in front of this and they will trade. So that's fine. Again, I could have made it, I could have given the primetime another +2/+0, but it's just, why? Okay, so I can do 5, 6, 7, 8, and then trade with everything else. So, or I can do like 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there a way that I can kill everything? That's 7, 7, 8, 9. No, there's no way that I can do it, so I don't trade. Yeah, I was thinking of blowing up explosives too, so yeah, this should be fine. So I will blow up, I will kill this, so that's 5 plus 3, right? So this is first strike damage, plus then I kill this with Ballista, and I kill the Thalia with Ballista, and then I just trample for a ton. Yeah, this is the best way to go. So Ballista, kill you. Then I put a counter. And Ballista, kill you. And double strike you. Win. Yep. There you go. Oh, now I'm just gonna do things fast and without thinking. Because I want us. I mean, we're not lose. There's no way we lose this game, and I just want to, you know, do things fast. So I save the most clock. Yeah, I could have transmuted for another pact and set up for next turn and blah 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 blah. But it's just, we're not losing this game. Even if my opponent Reflector Mages, I just activate Ballista 3 times and I just dome them for 5. So there's like literal 0 outs for my opponent here, and I just want to make sure that I use the least amount of clock possible, because we might need the clock for the future games. Yep. We literally won 3 turns ago. That is correct. So here I set out the pacts. Bring in explosives, bring in my sweepers. Rex Sage is a decent plus. Bog out. And we take out all 3 explorers. Usually I leave more pacts, but but I only leave in the 2 because first of all they are bad with I also do this. Usually I leave in the 4th prime time, but we're running Zacama here for whatever reason. So, but yeah, siding on a prime time there is fine, and only going down to 3 packs because Meddling Mage is more likely than anything else gonna be naming Primeval Titan. So by siding one out, we make it like a little bit less likely that we get hit by Meddling Mage. We of course want all of our removal, and we don't want our counter magic. We can side out one land, but Jugibog is the worst of the bunch because it's a tap land that doesn't tap for any of the mana that we care about. And yep, Explorer is also very bad in the face of Thalia. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? So this hand it's a keep. What I think will happen is we will play our scout. We're gonna ramp a bunch. We're gonna even draw more amulets apparently, and we're going to die because we're never gonna draw enough lands, and or we're never gonna draw a threat, and my opponent's just gonna tighten me out of the game. Actually, because I drew this, I think I want to play Amulet first. Because my opponent, there's no way that they blind name Sakura Tribe Scout with Meddling Mage, and they actually might name Amulet with Meddling Mage. So I want to make sure that I resolve Amulet. Again, I don't need to be ramping here, because I really have nowhere to go. So... alright, that's whatever. Yeah, take 3. That I guess is a good one. Let's do this. Let's do this. So we're not gonna be explosive in. We're not gonna be exploding. There we go. We're not gonna be playing explosives on 1, for obvious reasons. But should be fine. Double canopy. Alright. What now? Rex Sage. Sure. So they blow up one of our amulets. That's perfectly fine. We don't really care. In fact, I'm really happy that they played a card that doesn't like do much. Bounce land. Nailed it. Alright, so I play bounce land. That's 1, 2, 3. Azusa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sick. So this is primetime mana. What do I do with that primetime? I swing and I fetch for another. Yeah, this is game. Unless they have exactly this member, which they clearly do not. Primeval Titan, yes. Bordos Garrison, Slayer's Stronghold. Haste. I guess we can bounce the gemstone. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're gonna need to transmute next turn anyway, so this is fine. I just want to make sure that I have enough counters in my gemstones so I can transmute through a damping sphere. That's what I'm the most concerned about. So I have no more land drops, meaning I cannot transmute this otherwise this turn. It's fine though. We don't have any packs to pay, so damping sphere doesn't do anything. In fact, I'm happy. I'm actively happy if my opponent plays a damping sphere here. Basically means they time warp themselves. Let's say my opponent Reflector Mages, bounce my prime time, they swing for an irrelevant amount, and then on my turn I play Thalia. Sure. You got it. Thalia resolves. My question is, can I Zacama? They love this play. Oh no. Aww. I was thinking that they were going to like blow up my copy my prime time, but they did an even worse play. So 1, 2, 3 transmute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, quite not enough. My opponent's at 7. My opponent's at 7. So I think I can play explosives on 1. So this Champion of the Parage and the Hierarch get blanked. I +2/+0 the prime time. +2/+0 the prime time. Play 2 lands. That's gonna be using 1 here. I can +2/+0. Oh, I can just double strike with this Sakura Tribe Scout. So this should be pretty straightforward. Right, so I +2/+0. Yeah, this should be a game. This should be a game. We're gonna serve here. We're gonna get a bounce land plus bounce land plus Sunhome. So Sunhome plus Grulturf. Gonna bounce the Sunhome. My opponent needs to basically block with multiple dudes. I just flash in the Sunhome. It's gonna come into play untapped, even though there's no amulets. And then I just double strike and just win. Boop. White, red, and 2. Yep. Sweet. Beating humans sounds and feels great. Just like Tiger Tony or Tony the Tiger. I have no idea how that guy is called in English. Tiger Tony? Is that how it's called? So they do that. That's like great. Z-Man. Yeah, so we're just looking for a bounce land here. We already have a prime time, we have a little bit of ramp, and we have an amulet. Yeah, so I'll keep this. Darslick Shores. Damn it. No more amulet. Maybe they will take Steerings or Explorer. Nope. Okay. Dark Slick Shores. What is that? Is that some kind of like Grixis control deck or something? Cynic Growth. Maybe I should have taken the cavern there. I'm expecting my opponent to have some kind of counter magic, I guess. Nah, but I really need a bounce land here. I really need a bounce land. Foot Scour. Holy crap. My opponent's going deep. Jace Frings Prodigy? Holy shit, alright. Yeah, so they are going hella deep. Let's do this first. Another bounce land? Okay. Claim to Fame Jace Brins Prodigy combo deck. Yeah, I mean, it could have been Lantern until my opponent played a Thought Scour. So are they just playing some like Grixis concoction? Well, Grixis confirmed. Yep, there it is. Alright, so they flip Jace here. It's fine. Now what? A plus. So I can go get a Sousa, play 1, 2, 3 lands. Sure, because my opponent will most likely be Inquisitioning me next turn. So I think I'm interested in like playing this pact out. So play a Sousa, one land, float mana, play Simic, bounce Gemstone again, play land, play Ballista on 1. I guess this makes my opponent's colorless command really good, but it's fine, whatever. If I get to untap with this, we should be in business. I really doubt they are playing Griselbrand. I mean, they're playing Claim to Fame. I usually do not... Yep. Oh my god, I'm so good, right? My opponent -3 their Jace in order to take 2 damage and like do nothing. That was great. Tasigur. Tasigur I would expect from that kind of deck. Oh, there you go. Called it. But we blanked their thing at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we cannot really transmute Entularia on the same turn, but my opponent has like a non-board Inquisition. So I'm not really excited about transmuting this turn into my opponent's on-board Inquisition. I guess I can force my opponent to like kill their Jace and then I pact in response. Is that good? I guess it probably is, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Also, my opponent used their Thoughtseize there. Yep. 100% skill. 100% skill. Yeah, my opponent's on it's on a weird concoction. So the only card I do not know about is that Celestial Sanctuary. Yep. So now the Inquisition. We're gonna pact for prime time in response, of course. Blanking another discard spell of theirs. There it is. You got me, opponent. You got me. So next turn we pay for back, we play a land, whatever. We're still at 20. Even if my opponent drops a Tasigur. Oh my god, that's a hasty delve. Oh my god. I mean, I don't think I want to get Zacama because Primetime gets a Zacama later on, right? So why get a Zacama when we can get a Primetime who also gets a Zacama? That was awesome. My opponent's like, yeah, Delver you for 3. Of course, Delver doesn't flip because this is the modern format, and Delvers don't flip in modern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana total. So we are gonna be able to play Primetime and swing. Sounds pretty good to me. Ooh, should I bog my opponent here? Nah, I'm gonna bog them after they use their Terminate. I'm just going to play this Forest and just play Primetime and haste. It's nice that I can play around removal without needing to play around removal. It's kind of cool. Red haste. Yeah. Turn 5, Hasty Delver deserves. Ooh, is my opponent gonna double bolt me? Snapcaster Bolt? Yeah. So next turn we transmute and we haste anyway. so yeah. Sure. We played land already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So we have exactly to transmute, pact, and wow, my opponent used the Delver trick in order to like pseudo scry. Man. Delver's so good, huh? Delver so good. Or I can just, you know, be a professional and just like top deck it. Since I'm a genius and I just top deck this, what should I do? Like Snapcaster does literal nothing. None of these cards matter whatsoever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transmute for a blue pact here, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with this gemstone mine. Yeah. So I'm gonna transmute for a blue pact. I guess I can just go get Cavern here. Nah, blue pact sounds better. Because blue pact also can stop any potential stuff they might be able to want to do. Nah, we're gonna be we're gonna be just fine here. Don't worry about it. I guess we get Tolaria and Radiant Fountain? Sure. Just so we make sure we don't die. All of this with Pact backup. All of this with Pact backup. Swing. I just cannot wait to see what my opponent has coming out for me. Oh man, they dealt me 2 damage and they returned their JVP to their hand. That's so much value. So much value. Wow. Wow, so much value. So I'm gonna get Turf plus what? Plus Simic Growth, I guess? Let's do plus Sunhome so we finish the game next turn. Let's get this over with. ¿Qué haces, Tito? ¿Todo bien? Como verás, estoy al horno. Mirá. Yeah, this is over. Sweet. Alright, so what do we want against Turbo Junk? Should I play around any potential... Should I play around any potential Damping Sphere? Definitely want this. I probably want some of this. Ballista seems not great. I truly have no idea about this. Seems like it should be okay, but it just seems like Hornet Queen is better. Huh. Still don't know whether to expect counter magic from my opponent, so I think I'm gonna leave the Cavern in. Should I expect Surgical though? I think I'm going to. So I'm gonna like split my threats a little bit right here. Maybe Carney T instead of the Queen. Nah. Queen just seems better. What do you guys think? Carney T or the good old Queen? Damn it. I'm out of water. I definitely don't know what fire Rick are. Well, maybe I do actually. Maybe I do. It blocks Delver after all, right? Sorry, I missed the follow. GRRVVPP23. Thanks for following. Are you the same GRRVVPP from Discord? Because if so, awesome. Thanks for being here. Man, Fire Spout is like, it's in a weird spot right there. Let's do this. Let's try this, and depending on what my opponent does, I might bring in the Carnage Tyrant. Yuck. I guess we have an answer for a turn 1 Delver though. Rex Age here is of course mainly as an out to what's his name? Damping Sphere. Lol. Nope, that's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I really hope my opponent like abrades these explosives or something. That would be awesome. Delver just doesn't flip. Man, I'm loving this. My opponent should be playing Savannah Lions over there. It would be more threatening. Yeah, I think I cannot let Bob survive. Bob is just a little bit too much for my taste. Alright, so Delver flipped. Amazing. Amazing. Sure, take 3. I'm kind of digging what my opponent's doing. I just despise the card Delver though, but I just don't think this is a particularly playable Magic card. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not excited. But I kind of dig what my opponent's doing over there, though. Looks like fun. I don't think I'm willing to give up on my gemstone counter, so I'm kind of going to time walk myself here. Gonna take 3 more from this Delver, which I'm not particularly excited about, but this is gonna allow me next turn to play a Susa, play land, play cast as play the bounce land first, floating all my mana. Cast a Susa, then play land, and blow up the explosives, which should stop my opponent's clock. Wow, looting flooded over there. Looting flooded. But as long as Bob is not in play, I'm okay with this. What did I just say? What did I just say? Damn it. Okay. Gemstone and Stronghold. I definitely want to stop my opponent's clock though, that's for sure. So this explosives, value, so much value. Yeah, Bob is really good against us. Bob is very good against us. Bolt the Asusa. Okay. Play the Mire. Gonna blow this shit up. Blow it up. Take 2 from Bob. Inquisition, sure. Well, maybe opponents should be playing Wizard's Lightning. They have a lot of wizards over there, actually. Inquisition, my Rex Sage. Sure, you got it. Prime time off the top. Let's be professionals here. Let's draw Prime. This is how we do it. Ah, man. And also the tilt factor, right? My opponent just double discard spelled me. They just double discard spelled me, and then I show them a Primeval Titan in the immediate next turn. Just plain skill. Plain skill. Of course, we're gonna get Bog. And I think that the other one is going to be Kalni Garden. I'm not sure still whether my opponent has any kind of... not sure whether my opponent has any kind of like Planeswalker, aka Liliana. So we're gonna be doing this. Man, what a pro. What a pro. I think I'm gonna bounce the gemstone here. Ooh, are they gonna push my prime time? No push. Alright. Alright, that felt pretty good. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. We're also protected from Kolaghan's command. We're living the dream out here. Just living the dream. I love that we also cited out one of the prime times. Side out, and this is why we cited one out, right? It's just like, why would we want more than 3 prime? That's more than enough. That's more than enough right there. So how good is this explosives on 2 gonna be? How good is it gonna be? You guys tell me. What? Oh! Damn it. I totally forgot that I had already used up my explosives. Okay, that's a little bit more annoying. I guess we're just gonna get it fact here. Pact to protect from a bolt. Or we can just Pact, Summoner's Pact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and play another Primeval Titan, or Rurik Thar. Either of those sounds pretty good. I think I'm gonna Rurik it up. This is gonna be very sad if my opponent has exactly Disdainful Stroke. But if they have Disdainful Stroke, that means they don't have an answer to Prime Time, so that's why I'm doing this before combat. Because I don't want my opponent to just like, you know, I attack, they double block, and they bolt my Prime Time. Yeah. So let's just make sure that you cannot cast spells for the rest of the game. And I guess we're gonna get Border Scares. Snapcaster. Good old triple block. Shauna, thank you very much. PJ sold. Thank you very much for the cheer. I very much appreciate the support. Oh yeah. So far the best way to describe Zacama in my experience has been irrelevant. We've cast it a grand total of 0 times this league. We drew it twice. One time we won with Zacama in our hand because casting Primetime was just better, and the other time we died with Zacama in our hand because our opponent just you know, killed us, and it's very tough to cast the stupid Zacama, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna refill my water. So I will take like a 1 minute, maybe less break, and I'll be right back, guys. Hang in there. Perfect. We're all good to go here. We're all good to go. Ready to get that 4-on-1. Ready to get that 4-on-1. So Zacama then. How do you guys like it so far? Cause I didn't. I mean, I guess it just keeps having results though. To do what in my deck? Lots of Agrometer. Wakecaster, thanks for your words first of all, and second of all, Hornet Queen main is my standard list right now basically. I played 2 leagues with this list. This is basically the list that I would take to a tournament if I were to play a tournament like right now basically. If I were not testing Zacama and I just wanted to play, you know, like for like testing or whatever, for like practice, this is the list that I would play. So yes, I'm a big fan of Wakecaster. I'm a big fan of Hornet Queen, and thanks for the follow, by the way. So yeah, so I agree with you. I think Hornet Queen is great. Turn 3 kill. Yeah. Turn 3 kill. Take it. On the draw, but should be pretty good anyway. Now the question is, what land do I want to lead on? Please let this be burn. Please let this be burn. Damn it. They also fetch a basic swamp. Shit. My opponent was also smart and took the best possible card. Yeah, so I think we're playing against Mardu Pyromancer, and I think that my opponent has Blood Moon in their hand. So... Oh no, they're on Jaunt. Alright. Should I show them this? Yeah, I think it's fine. No Liliana, please. No Liliana, please. Yeah, apparently they can wreck the hand of a player. Or maybe I'm not a good player, and that's why. Ugh! Ugh! Damn. Getting wrecked here, huh? I'm not into the business of playing my 1/1s in the face of an active Liliana the Last Hope, so... Wow, my opponent is all about that fetch for basics life. It's making me very, very afraid of Blood Moon. It's making me very afraid of Blood Moon. Take 3 here. Skill. Again, I'm not gonna be playing this out. Okay, no discard spell. And it's also the best one because I cannot pact for a prime time in order to fizzle an Inquisition. Yep. You drew the perfect card, opponent. You drew the perfect card. You were dead and now you're winning. You were dead and now you're winning. Holy crap. Alright. Prime time is still pretty good on this board. That's not a prime time. In case you guys were wondering, this is not a primeval titan. I'm gonna try to buy as much time as possible, but not liking our chances right now. Oh my god. Whew! Jeez. I mean, this is John doing John things, right? This is what John does. I'm gonna pitch this. Prime time? Yeah, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Connect explosives on 2 and blow up the board, then we lose to this. Yep, we're dead. Alright. Well, that was rough. Yeah. We just got absolutely demolished. My plan against John is... Man, this just seems like too much, though. I'm not gonna be doing this. This is ridiculous. That's... 6 plus drops seems like way too much for my liking. I'm not gonna go that route. That seems a little bit too much. Let's do this. I guess I could side out a land, but I'm not really sure I wanna do that. It's very important for me to hit my land drops. So I'm just gonna do this. Beautiful hand. Beautiful mulligan. There it is. There it is. All right. That's pretty hilarious, actually. So we have one color under. I'm thinking of what happens if my opponent plays an Ampix Sphere, right? I think we've got enough, so I think I'm gonna get a Simic Growth here. Oh, we're never getting there, dude. This is not happening. This is not happening. Liliana is gonna get here way earlier than Zacama. Azusa? Nope. Well, now that we drew another untap land, though, I can actually get some value from my land drops. If we hadn't drawn an untap land, I would have played Gruul Turf, because I really want to have an out to draw in an Azusa. But now, even if I draw Azusa, we can still, like, do the thing, right? Let's play this. Let's play this. Bounce Fountain, and go. Actually, Scout is... unless my opponent has exactly Liliana the Last Hope again on turn 3. That's really bad news for me. That's very, very, very bad news for me. Pass the turn. She got Bob. Well, that's a dead card on this, right? Oh, damn. That's a dead card right there. That's hilarious. I just hope that my opponent plays, like, you know, not relevant cards, and we just ramp all the way to Zacama and this just wins. Though it's gonna get terminated. Do you Inquisition here, opponent? Do you Inquisition me? If they attack, do I block? If they attack, do I block? That's the question. No, I don't. If they attack, I do not block. That's pretty good. Explosives on 2. Get out of here, Bob. Sunhome? Fulminator is kind of annoying here, but Scout kind of helps me in that regard. Take 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No place makes me very happy though. Prime time. Prime time. Prime time. Oh, it's K command. Discard 2 damage to any target. They blow up the Simic Growth. No. Alright. Making me discard sounds way worse than returning their Bob, but sure. I don't think I'm ever getting here, so I'm gonna pitch this. Yep, there's no way I'm ever getting there. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Yeah, I think my opponent misplayed there a little bit. Inquisition, you got it. I think returning Bob is way more valuable than making me discard. So, in this match, I would just want to be fair. Zacama was very useful at blanking and at making my opponent's Inquisitions fizzle. that was Zacama's job this game. So I think this is gonna be naming Insect, making sure I have enough green sources for Hornet Queen, and prime time it is. And here I think I want to be setting up to draw a bounce land or something. So no more Dino. Please no Terminate / Maelstrom Pulse / Liliana of the Veil. Those would be the cards that I do not want to see. Bloodbraid Elf, I don't know whether that's a card I do not want to see. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And spin the wheel and Tarmogoyf. Alright, that's fine. What does this mean? What does this mean right here? Explosives on 2 will be hella nice here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do all the stuff and all the things. So let's start here. I can also pact for Queen. Is that something I'm interested in? Pact for prime time. Yeah, I think I want to do this first. I just don't want to play into Maelstrom Pulse, right? Playing a second prime time seems extremely risky. Playing second prime time here seems like not great. So I think I'm gonna hold it. If I attack, my opponent double blocks. So this is cool right here though. So I can get Simic Growth. Any order. I can play Simic Growth bounce Kalni and replay it? Or do I play around Master Pulse or not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can prime time here. And I can swing at them and I can get Bog. So I can do Summoner's Pact, play Primetime, get Bog plus another Simic Growth, bounce Teleria, right? Then on attack trigger, I get Vesuva, copy the Bog. Now the Goyfs are gonna be 0/1s. But then I basically lose, I effectively lose the game to Maelstrom Pulse. I think it's gonna be my best bet though. So I float one, bounce this. I still have a second land draw because of the Explore. Bounce this, play this, naming Giant. Pact for Primeval Titan. Green 1, green 1. Yes. Bojuku Bog plus Simic Growth Chamber. Bog them. Bounce Toleria, I guess. Go to combat, attack. Yes. Vesuva plus Boros Garrison, I guess. Vesuva, copy Bog. Bog myself. Bog myself. And bounce the Vesuva. 0/1 Goyfs. This is a nice and clean attack. But yeah, if my opponent happens to find Maelstrom Pulse, then we are in a really tough spot. Are any of your 4 cards a Maelstrom Pulse, opponents? There are. No, Bloodbraid. And spin the wheel and Thoughtseize. Alright. You got it. You can take 2. Yep. This deck is absolutely insane. They did not have the Maelstrom Pulse. Sweet. Alright, any changes post board? This is the only thing that I might be interested in. Maybe this, but this is a little bit. This is just too much. I don't think I want this. I'd rather have a Braid in that slot, but this is probably something I would be interested in. Maybe this is better than this. It just feels like Zacama is for this kind of matchup, right? I just just don't like the card, really. I just don't like the card. I think if you could always guarantee that you're never gonna draw the Zacama and it's just gonna be in your deck all the time, I think Zacama could be okay. But since that's not the case, I'm not particularly excited about Zacama against my opponent, which has Fulminator Mages, and they probably have Damping Sphere / Alpine Moon. And siding out a land in order to ring in a 6-drop sounds a little bit counterintuitive for me. Guess we're gonna be doing that. Yeah, perfectly keepable hand that my opponent will absolutely dismantle and destroy. No discard spell turn 1 is amazing news for me. Like, insane news. And also, this is what I want in my cards, you see? I want my cards to do stuff. This gal right here, she does stuff. She comes down early and she does stuff. And this right here is what we call a combo. Bob, damn it. A braid. It's not an abrade. Cool. This allows me to play around Fulminator though, which is very, very nice here. Oh, my opponent's so lucky. So lucky. Thoughtseize. Actually, the correct thing to take with Thoughtseize here is the Azusa. Which is super weird, because I have like two very good threats in this hand, but if my opponent is smart, they're gonna take the Azusa here. Yep. Unless they have another discard spell. They do not. Brave. That's actually a really good draw there. Scout, play Gemstone Mine, go. Man, these Bobs though. Whew. My opponent's doing some good stuff over there. Look at that Bob though. Bob beat. Whoa, yeah, I can't win anymore. Yep. We almost had a game. We almost had a game. And then my opponent drew all the perfects. My hand was clunky enough to not get there. Unfortunate. And fortunate. But yeah, Bobby's really good against us. Bobby's so insane against us. Woo! Woo! Alright, opponent. Alright, you got it. Wow. That was a very impressive draw from my opponent. That was a very, very impressive draw. Very impressive draw. Ooh, we're going on the Fulminator train. All right, so now I need my opponent to. Now I need my opponent. That was probably the best possible draw. Now let's flip some Blood Braids, shall we? Let's flip some Blood Braids. Blood Braid. No, that's not a Blood Braid. All right. So now we just flip back-to-back Blood Braids on next turn, and we should be fine. Is this gonna be Fulminator into Fulminator? Gross. No blocks. Fulminator, blow up your land, Lily minus, get back Fulminator, blow up your other land. Gross. That's just they just had the other Fulminator, never mind. Never mind. So you just oh nice. Opponent's smart. Opponent is smart. Start here. Play Colony, get Colony I guess. Play Colony, land. Attack them. That's the Mire, yeah. Wait, how did these Rabines end in the graveyard? Did they discard to... No, oh, Lilina minus. I'm dumb. Yeah, alright. That's all I got. It's Foothills. So now I assume they're gonna blow up their own Bob. They kind of have to. Sure. Floating mana. Yeah, I'm all about the fun and interactive magic. That's why I play Amulet. For all the interaction and the fun. Mostly the fun. Mostly the fun rather than the interaction. Sure, Inquisition resolves. Okay. Take 2. Do you have you don't have double bolt. I know 2 of the cards in your hand. Now they are forced to fetch, get the second Liliana, and kill their own Bob. Otherwise, they might die on their upkeep. So that's a questionable play right there. Questionable to say the least. It would be insane if we win this game because my opponent was a little bit too greedy with Bob. Bob was so good to them though. Bob has been so good to them though. Yep. It's kind of a forced play. Please tell me they don't have a second basic forest. Please tell me they don't have a second basic forest. Oh my god! They don't have a second basic. Oh my god, they don't have a second basic. Bob, one time, please. Yes! 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 Greatness at any cost, baby! Greatness at any cost! Yeah! Greatness at any cost! Wow, that's hilarious! That's insane! We won that game! We won that game! Somehow! How did we win that game? How did we win that game? Holy crap! Shauna, thank you very much for the thank you very much for the cheer. Wow, we did not deserve that at all. Well, I guess we deserve that. Like, my opponent was greedy. My opponent was so greedy. And to an extent, I guess we played to our outs. So... wow, that's... I have never seen that Zac emote. That's amazing. Wow, that was... whew, whew. Whoa. I need to... I need to get it together after that one. Holy crap. We won that. Good old 0-1 into 4-1. Classic. Classic. So last 4 leagues I played with Amulet, we 4-1 every single one of them. Okay. Let's play another one. Let's see if Zacama does anything this league. Let's see if Zacama does anything. We're not even looking for something, we're just looking for anything. Wow, that was something. That was definitely something. That was definitely something. By the way, Thanks everybody for watching right now. This is a perfectly good keep, of course. Good old 9 mana. Is it a perfectly good keep? Yeah, but prime time. So this is a mulligan. Let's say. So would I keep this 6-card hand without the Zacama? And the answer, I think it's yes. This will hopefully find us a bounce land. I think that because we're so desperate to find a bounce land, I think I steer on turn 1. Is that correct though? Yeah, I think I steer on turn 1, even over the... This is one of the very rare scenarios where I'm going to cast the steerings here, because if my opponent has like any kind of disruption, and they don't let me they like discard my ancient steerings, or they stop it with like if we're practicing like a shadow or whatever, then I think we're gonna be extremely far behind. So since we also have the Explorer in hand, I think it's gonna be better for us to guarantee that the steerings resolves, and then we can probably scout on next turn or the following one. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. My name is Francisco. Here we stream mostly Modern and Legacy, and while at it, we stream mostly Amulet in Modern. In Legacy, we move things around quite a bit more, but Modern is mostly Amulet. Here, it's awful that we're forced to take this. We really wanted to bounce on there. In any case, you can hit that follow button if you have not done so yet, and of course that helps me and it helps everybody find my stuff. And you can also get notified whenever I go live, so you can check out the stream. Also, if you are really enjoying the stream, you can subscribe and you can get this beautiful primetime emote. And also, this is the Discord channel. So if you guys want to join the Amulet Discord, you can do so by clicking on that link, and you can join a very active Discord that's very cool with a lot of really good players in there. Also, I upload all my streams to YouTube, which you're going to be able to find right there. And if you are into the whole social media thing, you can follow me on Twitter at that link. Alright, so here we get to explore, which is nice because we're going to be able to explore, play the forest, and play scout as well. So that's nice. We really want to see a bounce land here. We deserve a bounce land at this point, don't we? We have earned ourselves a bounce land. It would be nice to find it right here. If not, we can wait until next turn. That's fine. We are not, we're not eager people. I'm a patient guy, but I mean, come on, right? We looked at the top 12 cards by this point. We are due a bounce land. We are due a bounce land. Let's put it that way. Also, turn 1 Steam Vents tapped. What does this mean? Oh my. What does this mean? It could be the Wizards deck, Storm, which should be rough with this hand. I don't think we can realistically beat Storm with this hand. Blue Moon. Okay, so it's Storm. Yep. Alright, so we lose. Good. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Zacama, as usual, doing work. Doing some serious work over there. Look at him. Look at him. Look at the dino. Look at the dino. He's so flashy. He, she, whatever it is. So flashy. So exciting. So uncastable. Alright, let's... at this point, it's deterministic, so we can't really win. Let's move on. Alright, double Tormod's Crypt is gonna be nice here. Zacama out. Wait a second, why is the tracker... Is there a tracker in my main deck? Wait a second. Oh, jeez. Alright, so we just submitted the 62 card Amulet special. We're gonna have some fun leagues. Rimaisan, estoy considerando hacer una lista. No tengo una en este momento, pero definitivamente voy a hacer una, así que no te hagas problema. Lo que pasa es que simplemente no tuve tiempo. O sea, lleva tiempo hacer ese tipo de cosas y no... Hasta ahora no tuve mucho tiempo de hacer eso. Pero eventualmente voy a hacer una, así que no te hagas problema por eso. So Remaisen was asking whether I have a sideboard guide for this deck, and I was telling him that I'm thinking I am going to be making one soon. I definitely don't have one yet, but I promise that I will be making one at some point. Alright, so we have the 62 card special. That's something that happened. I really hope that we 5-0 this league and people start saying, whoa, he was playing Zacama, and the other thing, whoa, and then everybody starts playing 62 cards in their in their Amulet deck. That would be hilarious. I'm keeping this hand. It is pretty interaction heavy. But we have Bog, we have Steerings to dig for stuff. No need to play the Crypt yet. That's a reasonably good draw. We really would like a blue source here. So let's lead on Steerings. I know I could have played Asusa, but I really want to find a blue source so we don't die. Shauna, so the way that it works, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but the way that it works is that as long as you never have more than 15 cards in the sideboard, you're fine. Does that make sense? So all that matters is that you never have more than 15 sideboard cards, and you never have less than 60 cards in your main deck. Those are the two things that matter. As long as you're taking care of those two things, you can play 62 and 13, and then just like, and then post board you change your configuration and you go down to whatever. You go down to 60 and 15. That's perfectly fine. Pyretic Ritual resolves. Anamorphose also resolves. It's very likely we are dead if my opponent has a wipe away here. Yep. Gifts is also fine. Gifts is also just fine. So what do I give my opponent here? So I can put the Past in Flames and the gifts in the yard and leave my opponent with Ritual and Metamorphose. Alternatively, I can pitch this and give my opponent gifts and yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Give my opponent gifts and Past in Flames, which means that they're gonna be able to go off next turn again. But I will at that point have access to Spell Pierce plus Bog. Pyretic Ritual is fine, so I... Desperate Ritual and Metamorphose. So they play the Piff here, I blow up their graveyard. And this is again why I think Tormod's script is great, and why I don't think that Relic is that good against this kind of deck. What did they put on top? Oh, damn it, I missed it. Oh, they got the Desperate Ritual. That's a really good play from my opponent. Well, we might actually be dead from here. Wow, all of this with gifts on with Casting Flame on the stack. That's pretty insane, actually. That's pretty insane. So ditch the Metamorphose on the Ritual. Morphos and Rituals. Yeah, I think this is lethal now. Whew. Yeah, they got me good. Yep. If only if we had found a stupid gemstone mine instead of the Stellaria West by leaving up Spell Pierce, we win this game, I think. But we found the tapped one for Spell Pierce and we died. Alright, so as I was saying, this is why I like Crypt over Relic. We get absolutely destroyed. So there's that. But yeah, Storm is not the best matchup. Remind, I've definitely beaten that matchup mostly on the back of Tormod's Crypt, but it's not easy. It's not easy, and my opponent had the absolute perfects there, right? If my opponent had not been able to, I mean, they only had 2 lands. They used every single of the cards in their hand in order to win that game. If they do not have the absolute perfects, then, you know, we slow them down and we win another turn, and then we untap, and we actually have... We are able to play Azusa, we play the Bojuka Bog, and we are able to hold up Spell Pierce, making it way better for us. But yeah, the way things turned out is not great. This is a mulligan. It's very close, but it's just very slow. Again, no green sources, down to 5. Down to 5. This hand is actually pretty good. 5. What I mean is, we might actually be able to win this game. We need back-to-back lands, I guess. Or like Amulet into more stuff. If we keep drawing like this, we are not going to win though. Fortunately, we're playing against Creeping Tar Pit. Usually Creeping Tar Pit is a really good matchup for us. Yes, Remisen, yeah, that's correct. It's actually way more than a third of the deck. But... I don't know in regards to what that is, but still. Collective Brutality. Pitching Geist. What? My opponent pitched Lightning Helix and Geist to their brutality. What the hell is he or she playing? No need for me to play the Azusa here. It's just giving my opponent's removal just targets for no reason. If I need to find like bounce land into untap land or back-to-back bounce lands and my Azusa not being killed. This is not even Esper, this is non-green control. Sure. They keep pitching Lightning Helix. Yep, so I feel very smart for not playing that Azusa there. That is bad for me though. That is very bad for me. That's a freaking clock right there, that's what that is. What do I do here? I think I want to play Ballista. Taking 4 here. I'm just hoping my opponent does not draw more lands. Because if that tar pit starts getting in there, yep. At least that kind of means no Cryptic Command, which is good. It's good for me. Play Scout. Yeah, this is getting very bad very fast. 4-color Geist. That's a good name for a deck. Hallowed Fountain. Yep. Tasigur. Woo! That's good for me. Take 4. Which is fine. I need a bounce land. That's a Bajuka Bog. So at this point I think I just cast the Azusa. It is what it is. Not attacking because Tar Pit blocks this Ballista pretty effectively. Any idea whether this deck runs? Yeah, this is a Kolaghan's Command. Yeah, we're super dead here. I guess destroy this, make me discard is the best mode. Destroy Ballista, make me discard my prime time. Yep. Destroy target artifact, target player discards a card. Ping you. I don't want my opponent to be like, I don't know if that deck plays Gourmet Angler, but if they play Gourmet Angler next turn, I'm like 0% to win. So I think I'm at 0% to win as things are right now. but I would be even lower to win if that were the case. I don't want to die to Tar Pit plus Bolt next turn, so let's do this. Snapcaster. Sure. Bolt. Another Snapcaster. So this is lethal with the Tar Pit. So far we somehow 4-1'd when we should have definitely 3-2'd. But my opponent was extremely greedy and they died to their own Bob. Playing against John, that is. Yeah, they saw the line. And right now we registered 62 in the main deck with 13 in the sideboard, so so we're not doing as well. But hey, it is what it is, huh? I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll be right back, guys. One second. Okay, so 6 cards to take out. Man, I really want to take out Amulets, but it feels like Geist is going to get me so good if I take out all my Amulets. I'm just gonna leave 2. Sage will probably come out. 1 of Explosives is fine. Ballista can come out, and probably... what? Is the Forest? Let's try this. Maybe I should, like, Geist is so bad for me that I should even, like, bring in Fire Spout just to answer it. I am expecting Fulminators though. Yeah, this is just completely absurd and very, very ridiculous. I don't think I ever want to have Zacama with everything else going on in my deck. Feels so bad to mulligan against the discard spell deck. Sure, I guess we keep this hand. Can stop my opponent's turn 2 Brutality with Kicker. No, it's not Kicker, it's Escalate. Bounce Land, nope. Tolaria West, go. Where are my bounce lands? I need bounce lands. Give me them Carouse. Give me them Carouse. I guess my opponent forgot that they were playing Magic, and they are not doing anything. Opponent, come back. Let's finish this. We want to play with a 60 card deck, see if we do better now. So to recap, we are playing this league with 62 cards in the main because I was explaining something and I put this here and this here, and then I forgot to bring it back and I joined the next league. So yep, we're playing the 62 card special. 62 card special, and yeah, I'm not really loving our chances. Not really loving our chances this league, but yeah, whatever. Somehow we managed to 4-1 the previous league somehow, so I'm okay with losing this one. It's fine. It's kind of unfortunate. I was really hoping that we would 5-0, so people start running 62 land amulet, 62 card amulet, but Storm already told us no, dude. And if Storm says no, then I don't even know whether we should be. Yeah, I'm gonna count this anyway. It's fine, whatever. I'm saying I'm not sure whether we should be counting this in my results, because I'm just keeping track of all my records over here. It's like very very not classy, but just like to see, like for example, you can see some tendencies, right? These are some tendencies right here. We beat Storm once, and Storm got us twice. So Hollow one is here, and Hollow one is not here, right? So you know, we can draw some conclusions from that information. We can draw some conclusions at least from that information. But yeah, that's the idea. Wow, my opponent just like decided to do something. They hit the OK button. Interesting. But apparently they have some effects. They have some effects in my end step. That's apparently what's going on. You get priority, opponent. I wonder what they are doing over there. Usually the two options are double queuing or lagging like crazy. Those are the two options. Considering how my opponent was playing earlier, it makes me err towards the side of double queuing. Or doing something else. Nice. Thanks, deck. Thanks, deck. We really needed that one. So what to name here? I think the answer is Scout. It could have also been Human, because Human casts Azusa and Tireless Tracker, so it could have been Human, but I think it is Scout. Give me a land. Oh, that's a land, I guess. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. If my opponent plays a Geist here, we are gonna be in a lot of trouble though. So that's the only thing I'm hoping for. No Geist here. No Geist. No Geist. No Geist. Alright, sweet. Now this one's tricky though. I think I start here. See what my opponent does. There's no way they bring in Spell Pierce against me, so I'm not playing around it. Yep, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's do that. And pass the turn. Why I was saying that it was interesting, it's because by having drawn the Tolari West, we can actually transmute for something. But I think it's better to just like next turn slam the Carnage Tyrant, or I guess we can also slam a Prime Time, which might be even better. Discard a card, 2 damage to any target. Actually, I think I can. Now this is not good enough to warrant. I think I just discard a Pact here. Because now if my opponent plays a Geist, I'm actually happy. At this point, Geist is just no good. Another green source would be nice. That's a delayed green source, I guess. Okay, so what do I die to if I packed for Prime Time? I die to Damping Sphere. Damping Sphere into... There's no way they have Cryptic, so that part is fine. Alternatively, I can just like develop my mana and just play the Dino this turn. So I play Dino, and then next turn I play Celestia, Bounce and Transmute, while still holding up Pierce, and take it from there. Yeah, that sounds good. Dinosaur. I just hope to not get Diabolic Edicted. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Also, chances... We made a doubly uncounterable Carnage Tyrant, which is pretty hilarious. The reason to not do that is mostly because this is my only second green source. So that means that next turn I can either play Sanctuary and bounce this, which means that I won't be transmuting, or I need to like draw another land in order for, you know, in order to like bounce and replay the Cavern. So it makes things a little bit weird. That was the only reason to not play the Carnage Tyrant, and that's why I took a second to like figure out what my options were. Yep, that's a Geist. You got a Geist. What do I want to transmute for here? I guess explosives. Nah, another Summoner's Pact is fine. I think I do not attack here. I think not attacking is better. I can very easily attack next turn when I'm actually gonna be advantaged by the attack. Also, my opponent didn't play a single discard spell. Swing? Swing? No? No balls, opponent. No balls. Okay, here's the question now. Do I wait a turn again in order to play around something like a Disdainful Stroke? I think I do. I think I'm quite advantaged as things are right now, so I can probably afford to do this. Thanks, Dog BTB. The only annoying thing here would be a Snapcaster. Ask and you shall receive, I guess. Ask and you shall receive. I think the damage is starting to be relevant, so I can probably pierce these. It's fine. Also, my opponent has developed their mana quite a bit, so pierce is very quickly losing value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No swings. No swings. Opponent. Cast this one. Teehee or... Nah, I gotta go get prime time. Also, I have to be aware that as things currently stand, I'm dying to Damping Sphere. So that's probably not great for me. So I am going to get 2 green sources here. One of this and one of this. There's no real reason for me to stupidly die to Damping Sphere. At this point, Carnity can probably start getting in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna have 7 mana next turn. It's actually fine. There's no need for me to get aggressive here. I can get aggressive next turn. Wow. My opponent did not use any of their 6 mana. Sure. And this makes me very happy that I did not attack. This makes me very happy that I did not attack. Alright. So now this swings for 14. Which is pretty nice, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do this again. Let's do some of this. Squadron Titan. Yes. So at this point I think I can go get Garrison plus Stronghold. Rurik for the joke. I mean, Rurik would be kind of real here, but it doesn't really make sense for me to try to go for like some kind of like aggro route when I'm just so stupidly far ahead right now. I don't think there's anything that my opponent can realistically do here. And next turn, Carnity is gonna start swinging with is gonna start swinging for free basically, because I can start like giving it haste and I can also double strike the Carnity. Yeah, this is a lethal Carnity. This my opponent needs to chump next turn. My opponent needs to chump next turn basically. 2, 3, 4. This is pretty hilarious actually. So do I play around Settle the Wreckage? What happens if my opponent has Settled the Wreckage? My pact is gone. Yeah, I actually think I'm gonna pact for Rurik right here. I think I'm packed in, or I can pack for explosive. This is so much better, actually. This is so much better, actually. 1, 2, 3. Should I play around Queller? I can, right? So this is the question. Do I want to play around Queller or Disdainful Stroke? I think the answer is I want to play around Disdainful Stroke. So I'm going to get got by a Queller, but c'est la vie. I think playing around Disdainful Stroke is more important than playing around Queller. Yep. Boop, boop, boo. Nice attention sphere, opponent. Nice attention sphere. Sweet. Bog and Radiant Fountain. So my opponent does not have a Snapcaster, because otherwise they would have 100% Snapcast the... And again, now I'm going to swing with the Prime Time, because it's the easiest one to remove, and if my opponent has settled over... Alright, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Still not swinging with Carnity. Yeah, I think at this point Gruul Turf is just better than Amulet. That was a mistake. Alright. I'm over playing around Settle the Wreckage. We're gonna be doing this now. Take 9. Take lethal. It's not like I'm using my mana or anything else, right? Alright. That was easy. Okay. I'll take it. Cool. That was cool. Alright. Cool. So Carnage Tyrant. Pretty good. Pretty good right there. Pretty good right there. Anything I want to change? Maybe I want some more explosives, actually. Explosives looked pretty good right there. Over what? Explosives over what, though? The Miser's Amulet? Nah, at that point. At that point I probably won the forest. Now that my opponent showed me multiple paths. Now that was a really funny and weird match. That was pretty hilarious, actually. ¿Cómo te gusta el Rurik, Rimaisan, eh? ¿Cómo te gusta el Rurik? Man. Rurik, to be fair, Rurik is very sweet. I'm not gonna lie. I love me some Rurik too. Especially against control. But right there is just like Explosive Zone 3 was just so much better than Rurik. It's 0.87, really? That's just disrespectful. Yeah, I love that it never went over $1. But it was also reprinted. When was it reprinted? It was like in Iconic Master, or one of those, it was also reprinted, which is just like... Why are you guys reprinting a rare that's not even, it's not even like a full dollar, but you guys are reprinting it in a master set? Just like just devaluing the bulk rare even further, you know? Just like, no, we don't want Rurik to be worth anything at all. Yeah, my opponent is definitely double queuing. They're just like using all of their sideboarding time to like play their other match. My opponent is 100% double queuing. Yep, they're playing competitive modern league. What? How are they playing 5 league matches at the same time? That makes no sense. All right. Sure. It definitely feels like they're double queuing though. But MTG bot is clearly drunk. MTG bot is clearly drunk. From time to time, you gotta throw a little love in there to our primeval friend. Yep. We made much more decisions than my opponent, yet somehow we are ahead on time. Yeah, this is so unfortunate. I guess we need any land. Oh yeah! They're just playing Tron in other windows. Play the gemstone and pass the turn. So next turn we're gonna play the Sanctuary. We're gonna be undoing our mulligan a little bit, which is nice. What do we want to draw though? I probably want to draw another bounce land so we can start developing our mana with Azusa on turn 3. Potentially drop a Carnity on turn 4. Should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. It's kind of unfortunate that like our opponent races us better with Geist than we do race them with Carnity. But it's kind of cool that it is like it just comes down and my opponent, like last game my opponent just could not do anything. they were just sitting there with 6 untapped mana and just doing absolutely nothing. Which felt pretty nice. Again, Bounce Land is our best draw. Bounce Land is bar none our best draw. I'm gonna play Geist here. Yep, that's Geist. Nice. That's pretty cool. Play Azusa, bounce land, bounce, play, go. So next turn we can play Explosives on 3, or we can just play the Carnity, which seems like a better play. Hopefully not blocking makes my opponent want to use removal in Azusa. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, opponent, just... I actually should have played the Forest instead of this, so my opponent does not play around Spell Pierce. Because I really want my opponent to tap out here, like, you know, K-Command my Azusa, and then do something else. Maybe they got Tasigur? Fuck. Untap land or bounce land would be nice. Upkeep path. It's not bad. So explosives on 3. Play semi-growth. Bounce, pass. There's already a bounce land in place, so I can't really play around Fulminator. So that's why I'm, you know, just playing another bounce land, just because he enters the battlefield tapped. So I have more untapped lands in my hand. What? Put target on the bottom of his owner's library, search your library for a card and exile it. You gain life equal to his convertible cost, then that player... You gotta be kidding me! That's so insane! Wow! The fuck is this card? Oh my god. Sure. So I'm not playing the... My opponent has shown me multiple ways to get rid of an artifact. So I don't want to play into, you know, like Colligan's Command or whatever. So I want to like gain some life this turn, so I don't die to a bolt. And then now on my next turn I'm going to play explosives, and I will have enough mana to explosives on 2 and blow it up. And then I guess next turn we can play Carnage Tyrant. Explosives on 3. Hey there, Mr. Chompai. Thanks for following. Now they have the removal spell, the counter spell. Whew. Wow. Alright. My opponent just beat my mul to 6 with multiple Fulminators. We're just dead. Okay. Oh, they're gonna counter this too? Sick. Alright. We're dead. Which variation are we playing today? So what we're playing today is we're playing the list that won the SCG Classic over the weekend. But there was a misclick. There was a misclick situation. So there's a tracker and a Hornet Queen that should be in the sideboard that are currently in the main deck. So we're running 62 and 13. So yeah, that's what happened. But still, we played another league earlier with the actual list. So with this here and this here. And we 4-1'd. We 4-1. We probably should have 3-2'd, but our opponent that was playing John was extremely greedy with their bobs, and they ended up dying to their bob triggers. Okay. Wow. Is this like a... No, this... I was gonna say, is this a reasonable hand? And then I realized that it actually is not. It's a mulligan. I mean, I guess I keep it, but I'm not happy about it at all. Not happy about it whatsoever. I'm going to Amulet on turn 1. So I'm going to change the bottom text. 62 card, ZacAmulet. Yeah, it's the first time we've seen an amulet. Crazy, huh? That is not bad, actually. That is not bad. steerings. So between Cavern and Gemstone, I would be able to cast Zacama. No, I would actually be 1 mana short of casting Zacama next turn. Of course, considering that nothing changes, which is not likely. So what should I do? I guess I'm gonna go for the extra growth chamber. And I'm gonna play the Cavern here, naming Dinosaur. The reason for doing this is that, you know, if my opponent Burning Inquiries, I really need to have a bounce land in hand. So by having 2 of them in hand, I decrease the chances that my bounce land gets discarded. We might very easily die here, though. I mean, we're not gonna die this turn, right? I'm just like, you know, effectively dying. That's what I mean. So they Faithless Looting. I mean, this is better for me than Burning Inquiry, at least. No value. Well, that's great. And I feel like a genius, you see? I feel like an absolute genius now. So 1, 2, and 3. Bounce this again. Play Scout, Transmute, 4 Pact, swing with Asusa, pass the turn. So Bog is gone. So I just need to hope for no other Burning Inquiry. I can basically beat anything but a Collective Brutality or Burning Inquiry, which I think are 5 cards in my opponent's deck. If I manage to dodge those, I should win the game. Yeah, Remaisan, we were 1 mana short. That's why I did all the math. You know, I was thinking about naming Dinosaur with this and then getting the Gemstone Mine. But, you know, I guess that the play that we made was... Cross my fingers, see what happens. There we go, of course. I hate this deck so much. I despise it. I despise it with a passion. Also, my opponent, like, they are making suboptimal plays. And they are just, like, getting rewarded anyway. It's so frustrating to play against. It's just so frustrating. So fucking frustrating. If they also bolt my Scout, I'm gonna lose my shit here. I hate this. I hate this. I'm having a terrible time. I'm having a really bad time right now. Oh, yes! In your face! In your face! Okay. 1, 2, 3, okay. I was about to lose my shit there. I cannot haste it though. I was about to be very, very upset. I hate this so much. I hate it. I just hate it. Every time I play against this stupid deck, it's just so annoying. It's so gross. I hate it. Now they also have the Phoenix in there that I cannot exiled because they randomly discarded my Bog too. Also, Vesuva is in the yard. Okay, let's just not die somehow. Thanks for the cheer, Shauna. Yeah, get wrecked. Get wrecked. I hate you. I hate this card. Actually, I hate this card. This card is just so stupid. Flashback looting, okay. That at least means no Phoenix. Remisen, yeah, but I know that that feels flashy and it feels great when that happens, but what happened right now happens ridiculously more often than that you're describing right now. This is usually the standard for me. What happened today where just like the stupid increase just discard everything for us, and they actually discard the relevant stuff for them or whatever, that happens way more often than, you know, and in fact we were extremely lucky this game. I'm surprised that my opponent has not found a single holo one so far. That's the first holo one they've seen. Make the Chaos Blessing new meta. I don't think Chaos Blessing is modern legal. Otherwise, yeah, dude, I just hate this deck. Hate it so much. Alright. I imagine that my opponent's gonna be serving here. Yeah. So, my opponent can only play one land and one bolt, which they did not. While at the same time, I have lethal on the swing back, so I'm not gonna risk. I'm gonna block here, and I'm gonna take 4, and I'm not gonna risk double blocking the adept, and then my opponent being able to bolt my prime time, and then I die. So here, the worst case scenario, my opponent plays a land, and they bolt me, and I go down to 1. So this is the better play, I think. And of course, with only 2 damage here, bolt doesn't kill this prime time. Yep. So I think my opponent was playing for me to make that mistake. Is it really? That's crazy. Alright, good to know. Let's do this. So they cannot, I guess they could have Dismember. That would be worst case scenario. But is Dismember's probably still lethal anyway, right? Didn't do the math, but without Dismember it's lethal. With Dismember it's probably lethal also. This is fine. This is fine. Skalny, I guess. Take 16, opponent. Alright. Alright. We got there. We got there. Okay. Bring in all those raids. Probably bring in Fire Spout too. Take this out. Take this out. Explosives is pretty bad. Boggy's excellent. Caverns probably going to be coming out. What do you guys think? Are we memeing or not? Rex Sage is pretty good. Take 1, explore 1 pact. Let's do this. Meme Dino out. Nah, I'm gonna meme, dude. I mean, we're meme. This league is... We're memeing this league, okay? This is gonna be our meme league. We're playing 62 in the main. We're playing with this stupid Dino in our deck. This is gonna be the meme league. Sure. It doesn't matter what we keep. Doesn't really matter what we're keeping. Amulet. Explore. That's actually not bad. I'm very interested in gaining some life here though. So next turn, assuming nothing goes bad, we can explore into hopefully something. Play bounce land. Yeah, I'm not gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna be 3-2 in this league anyway. So might as well meme as hard as possible. All right, at least no. I was gonna say no value for my opponent, but of course I was wrong. That was a mistake, I think. Yeah, because I could draw a Braid. And if I draw a Braid, Gruul Turf is better to be in play than Simic. Yeah, I cut myself too late there. I guess this is a Pact for Rexage situation right here. Like I am that far behind. I don't even think pacting for Azusa is good enough. Maybe it is though. Oh, this is a brutality though, so never mind. Yep. Discard and drain. Sure. Never mind. For a second there I thought I had relevant plays. That was my mistake, guys, sorry. My mistake. I just hate this matchup so much. I'm really happy that it's been toning down quite a bit though. At one point I was playing against Hollow One like twice a league or like 3 times every 2 leagues or something that was completely unfathomable. At one point Hollow One was all over the freaking place. I'm dead on board. I mean, technically not dead on board, but my only hope was to stare into an Amulet there, and then draw exactly prime time on my next turn. That was like the only hope that I could have had. They have the balls. Never mind. All right. Game 3. This is probably fine. Let's do these on the play. Okay. I'm going to scout on turn 1. I know that we're gonna get inquiry and we're gonna cry, but if my opponent spends their first turn playing an Adept, then we might get a nice tempo boost. Well, that's a very good trade for me actually. Let's play this first. Bounce. Explore. It's not bad at all. If we find Amulet here, we can win. Kalni, I guess, is the way to go. Let's have some chump blockers. Alright, so we need to fade discard spells or Burning Increase for 2 turns in a row. Can we get there? Ding, 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 ding. Is this actual lethal? Yes, sir. This is actual lethal. Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. Wow, this matchup is so much better when your opponent doesn't, you know, disrupt you every single turn while developing their game plan. Wow, we got by the Moto Bug. Damn it. Moto Bug. I fucking hate the Moto Bug. Yeah, so we better we better have lethal, because otherwise we're losing to our own pact or an upkeep. Does my opponent have any way to pump their Flameblade Adepts? I'm gonna swing for 20 minus 1/2/1/2. Street Wraith, this doesn't pump. Yeah, so we're fine. I hate the Motobug. To an extent though, I kinda hope that the Motobug gets us and we lose the game because of it. So so I can file for comp and actually get my money back. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. We got there. Somehow we beat Hollow One with the 62 card special. Oh, do you know how the Motobug works, Atom Confirmer? Because it just happened right there. You have to be extremely careful. I am able, at this point I'm just kind of so used to it that I just, you know, I naturally just try to play around it, but yeah, it could have gotten us right there. So I think this player plays mostly green white druid, like devoted druid combo. This hand is not good enough against that. This hand is also not good enough against that. This is the best we got. We need lands now. Guess that's a land. It feels like we're gonna... Wow. My opponent fetch in response to the trigger. They're just like, I'm not playing Knight of the Reliquary. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Yeah, we're just gonna die on turn 3. So even if we draw Amulet... Yeah, we're not gonna be using extra mana, so it's better for me to do this. Name Giant, whatever. Courser is... I can do Courser. This is us dying next turn, though. This means we die next turn. Not great for us, obviously. Susa, Sanctuary, replay, play this, pass. So now they cord, they make infinite mana, and they just need to have a wink on. I could have low squatted them and try to like make sure that they don't try to make it so maybe they don't. Maybe they like don't have a land, but they can court anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, so they have you with. Yeah, we're dead. I'm just waiting to see the what's his name, the that's Watch Recruiter. Yeah, there we go. Okay, tracker out, queen out, Zacama out, explosives in, fire spout in, cavern out. Ballista, yes please. Explore, no thank you. Leave Impact as a one-off is fine. Rex Sage can probably come out. Yep. So I just maxed out of removal and like ways of interacting, and I try to make my combo happen as fast as I possibly can. This is an okay hand actually. This is pretty reasonable. So what this does is it allows me to. I have like stuff to do, and I also have interaction for my opponent. I'm not killing this though. That's a really good draw right there. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this and play turf. Voted Druid. Sweet. So I am able to play as Susa and also kill my opponent's Druid with a Brave. So this is a great turn for me. Dead. Next. Remaisan, yeah. Game 1, it's overall the matchup is really bad. First thing, overall the matchup is very bad. And game 1, it's pretty much close to impossible. You need to have like the perfects. You need to have like the draw. You need to draw like your amulet and some way to be fast, while also drawing some way to interact with their combo. Or maybe they just don't draw the combo. That's your other out. Of course, that one is not so great to to rely on, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Let's draw a prime time, shall we? What a boss! What a boss! So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot. So I cannot do all the stuff that I want to do. I cannot haste this turn. I'm 1 mana short of that. So yes, I'm gonna get Teleria, and I'm gonna get. I can already transmute, so I think I'm gonna get a Bog here. No, I'm actually going to. Yeah, my opponent can stop my train here. My opponent can stop my train, so I'm just going to do this. So last turn they fetched and they left. They shocked, and then they declined to path my Azusa. So that's why I was going to say that they 100% have a path in hand. Knight, so good. Knight, so good. Okay, so they're letting me untap for whatever reason. What are you doing, opponents? No, yeah, so they definitely want to let me pay for Pact first. So they let me, they make me pay for Pact. It's not a bad one. 1, 2, 3. So I can ballista on 3. Having ballista on 3, it's pretty good. It's pretty good for not dying to my opponent's potential collected company / Court of Calling right now. So I think I'm going to go for that. They seem to be on straight green white. No black splash. So here we pass. It's fine. They're going to probably double ghost quarter us, taking us off blue sources, which is a little bit annoying. Oh, they probably have Tech Edge now that I think of it. If they have Tech Edge and they blow up my land, they do have Tech Edge, so I'm going to do this. I think it's very important for me to keep them off mana. DZN MTG, thanks for following. I appreciate it. Yeah, now they're gonna blow up my land, that's fine. I have no packs to pay for. And now my opponent is gonna be a little bit short on mana. Shorter, at least. 1, 2, 3. Take 6. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. If this is my opponent's plan, then I'm okay with this. Actually, if this is all they got, I am fine with this set of exchanges. Damn, I'm good at this game. Damn, I'm good at this game. Holy crap. Bog and Boros Garrison. Boros Garrison. Yep, that's a concession right there. I think we don't really want to change anything. Maybe on the draw, Pact of Negation is just a little bit too slow. Nah, Spell Pierce seems really bad. Speaking of really slow, I'm just gonna do the same thing. So as you can see, if my opponent is on the mid-range plan, we are very, very favored in that game. So the only way that they really like get ahead of us is when they have exactly the combo. I guess I'm not excited about it, but this has lands. This has a slow way of interacting with the combo. That's a really good draw. This basically gained me a turn, drawing that gemstone mine right there. I might still die to my opponent's combo right here. Let's draw a Braid. It's not a Braid. This is actually super interesting. So Ballista would be good interaction on my next turn. But Bog would mean that Eternal Witness is not an out for my opponent. So I think I'm actually going to get the Bog here. Next turn... So I'm going to play this now. I'm going to flash this in at the end of my opponent's turn, and then on my turn I can steal Explosives on 2. Yeah, so I'm going to get the Bog here, which is very weird. It's actually super weird for me to take the Bog there. But I think that because of how I want to set up my turns, having the Bog there will allow me to not die to the... I mean, my opponent needs to have exactly like Vizier into Cord or Vizier into the other guy. They cannot have, like, you know, some of the... They cannot have Eternal Witness as an out, basically. And that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to, like, disrupt them to the best of my abilities. Well, that I can beat. That I can very easily beat, actually. Flash in the Colony. Next turn I can Explosives on 2 to kill this guy. Noble Hierarch. Yeah, that's fine. So as I was saying, usually the only way that we die is to my opponent's combo. So I'm going to keep preventing my opponent from comboing me. And I'm not going to get greedy and try to find an Amulet or a bounce land off of this. I'm just like going to do this right now and just move on with my life. Now if my opponent has Eternal Witness, that's kind of a beating. Tireless Tracker is actually less bad here for me. But at least that's fine. Comes in for 2. It's okay. So we're gonna lead on Stair here. What do we do here? So I Asusa. I use 3 mana to play Asusa. I have 3 land drops. 1, 2, 3. Then next turn I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My opponent has a Field of Ruin though. How can I try to ensure a prime time next turn? I think I need to do this. Try to find Amulet here, so my opponent gets like distracted and tries to like interact with that. Nope, no such luck. Let's do this. Play Asusa, and I'm gonna play... Oh sure. Okay, so my opponent just like tapped out, which is great. It's good for me. Now I know that they don't have anything going on over there. Bog you. Again, trying to make Eternal Wind this bad draw. And I guess that I can Simic Growth, bouncing Kalni to have some extra blockers next turn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I still cannot prime time next turn. But I can transmute for Ballista, which wouldn't be that bad. This plant is gonna keep this tracker in check. Oh, nice, Lord Serve. In case you guys are not aware, Lord Serve is another Amulet streamer. And he is the meme god, guys. If you want to see some memes being played on stream, some Amulet memes that is, you should definitely try out and check out Lord Serve stream. Cause there's memes aplenty right there. Memes aplenty. So I'm expecting like a draw step or upkeep. Oh, never mind. Okay. Just let me do my thing. So play Kalni first. Transmute for Pact. I could also Ballista on 2. Ballista on 2 sounds worse though. And I play Sanctuary. Bounce Kalni and replay it. Not excited about losing my semi-growth and my gemstone, but kinda is what it is. Ivan, thanks for the cheer right there. Thank you very much for the support. Oh, they have the cord? Oh, never mind. I'm dead. Don't worry about it. I'm just fucking dead. No Vizier, no cord, no company. Those are my hopes. That's death for me. Yep, that's definitely death for me. Womp womp. Cord for 3? Why cord for 3? Yeah, that's all they need. Why are they cording for 3? Alright, we're dead. Sweet. Wow, my opponent gave me the aggro GGs, but those are actual GGs. What if I were? I mean, they didn't play around the Abrade. All right. Wow. Wow. We got. All right. So Zacama was awful. So Zacama was absolutely awful. Somehow people still loving the whole Zacama thing, and I don't get it. Somebody please explain it to me. Why are people winning with Zacama? How does it work? Yeah, so Lord Sir, we just memed. I was explaining that in my actual list I would be playing -1 Zacama, and that I had been trying Hornet Queen and I had been trying Tireless Tracker, and then I basically just fucked up and I signed into the next league and and I forgot to put these guys back in the sideboard. So yeah. Yeah, I know, man. I know. You are the meme god. I'm such a bad memer. I'm such a bad memer. Yeah, I really don't get it. I really don't get it. 1-2 versus Devoted Company. People get results with Zacama though somehow. I don't get it. It's weird. I don't know. Because the worst part is that these are my results, right? So this is what I got. This is what I got with Zacama, with ZacAmulet, like I like calling it. Okay. So we have 18-11, which you would say, well, but that's not an awful win percentage. Yeah, it's not. But Zacama won 0 of these 11 matches. 18, sorry. Zacama won 0 of these 18 matches. Every single match was won by Primetime or by Tracker/Hornet Queen. None of these matches were won by Zacama. I packed it for Zacama. I think that it was in all those, 30 matches, almost 30 matches that you see here, I packed it for Zacama 0 times. 0 times. So I don't get what it's all about. Let's be fair though. I won multiple times with Zacama, but it didn't do anything that any other card would have done, right? So I won with Zacama in my hand multiple times because just Primetime killed them, and I died with Zacama in my hand also like 2 or 3 times in this in these like 30 matches almost. So I don't know. I really don't get it. I tried. You cannot say that I'm just like disregarding it. No, I gave it 30 matches. I gave it 30 matches, and finally enough, I think we 4-1 3 of these leagues. We 3-2 a little bit, and then this is the first league that I did not cash. This right now was the first league that I did not cash, but I don't know. I just don't know. My record without Zacama is this, which I think it's better than that. But this is with different lists and whatnot. Still, I don't know, guys. What do you think? What do you think? When you know anybody who saw the matches, or because I just don't understand what all the fuss is all about. And it's really funny to get into the Facebook group, and people are going nuts over Zacama. They are like, yeah, Zacama is great, it's a staple in the deck, and like stuff like that. Just like, I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna be my Zacama rant for today. So that makes 2 leagues. I don't think I want to play Zacama ever again. I think that was enough for me. It's like cool that it won the classic. Kudos to Josh. I can't remember his last name, but he was the one that won the classic, and kudos to him. Great, great stuff. Remai-san, excellent. Thanks for reminding me. So, if you guys want to join the Amulet Discord, you can do so with that link right there. Also, if you are not aware, I upload all of my streams to YouTube, and you can find my YouTube channel right there. You're gonna find all of my streams are uploaded there. I uploaded them like the day after I have the stream, because Twitch has like a 24-hour exclusivity thing or whatever. So I'm gonna be uploading today's stream tomorrow, basically. Also, if you have Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter right there at fpolosmtg. Whenever I go live, I always post it there, and you know, sometimes I do like random stuff or whatnot. I upload random stuff, though that doesn't happen that often. In any case, thank you very much for watching. This is gonna be it for me today. I will be back tomorrow. I will probably be playing some Legacy tomorrow, and we're gonna be listening to some. On Tuesdays we usually play some music on the stream, so we're gonna be playing probably some Genesis. Of course, the good Genesis, the old school Genesis. We'll be back tomorrow around 10:30, sometime around that. If you have not hit that follow button, you can do so up there. It's 100% free, and you can get notified whenever I go live if you want to check out the stream. Also, you can subscribe to the channel, and you can get this beautiful primetime emote right there. You can use it in this channel and in any other channel. So, for sure. Oh, in Legacy, oh, Lord Seraph, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. In Legacy, we play mostly 4-color loam variants. We play a lot of Maverick too. Those are like my 2 go-to decks. But tomorrow I wanted to try somebody from the Amulet Discord. If you guys give me a second, I can show you. Somebody from the Amulet list Discord actually top 8'd the Legacy Classic, the Legacy Challenge, sorry, with this beautiful list, and I definitely want to try it out. There we go. So it's basically like a bug. It's a bug, just a post list with like DKs, Brainstorm, Show and Tell, and we have a bunch of Eldrazi Titans. I already streamed something very similar right here. We streamed this once. It was straight green-blue, no black splash for Abrupt Decay. But it was a lot of fun. Somehow we managed to 3-2 with this list, and it was super sweet. It was a lot of fun. So I think that I will be trying that out for tomorrow. Needs more Summer Bloom. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I tried. I think I did it already. I tried like Legacy Amulet. It was not good. It was not playable. No, I tried it out and it was just not playable. It was awful. I lost against Burn, cause even Burn is a bad matchup because they run Price of Progress. So it's terrible. We cannot beat Price of Progress, guys. Basically, if your Burn opponent plays Price of Progress, you just cannot win. so so yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. I tried, but when what was in theory our best matchup was also awful, I don't think that Amulet in Legacy is playable. In any case, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I will be back tomorrow. Actually, never mind. I will be back tomorrow, and I hope to see you here. If you have any questions, of course, hit me up in the Discord or send me a whisper. And have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.